Hey, welcome to what's really the first proper stream I've done. Just checking sound levels, they should be alright. So it's gonna be a quick, short, relatively short stream. Going to play a game called Contradiction. Finally sort of settled on a theme for the channel, and it's going to be playing detectively based games. First set of ones will be F&B games, and then we'll go on to different things from there. But at the moment, that's what the focus is going to be. Just one second. Getting rid of that, and I am about to load up the game, and we're going to get straight into it. I don't want any preamble. I'll also need to check the levels of the game volume versus my volume. It seems okay at the moment. Alright, it still looks okay. Yep, that's right. Alright, what do we do? I don't know. Alright. That didn't give us the intro. Now reset the game. Reset the game all the way to the start. Here's the backstory. We didn't get the intro. Go away. We're gonna watch the intro.
My name is Jenks, Detective Inspector Frederick Jenks, and I've been assigned to a last-minute investigation into the death of Kate Vine, a PhD student found drowned at midnight last Friday in a lake in the woods on the outskirts of the tiny village of Edenton. I have until first thing tomorrow morning to decide whether her death was a simple accident or whether this was murder. Kate Vine appeared to the world to be a bright, confident, fun-loving PhD student with everything to live for. However, a history of depression and alcoholism revealed in her medical records suggests that in reality, she had become adept at hiding behind a mask. A lab report indicating a high level of alcohol in her blood, along with the late hour of her death and a lack of witnesses, makes a strong case that this was suicide. But the verdict overlooked some curious details. Why was her driving license found on the opposite side of the lake in which she drowned? Also, there were traces of morphine in Kate's system. Where did she get it? Kate was known to be a free spirit with a nihilistic love of danger, which may, in part, have something to do with a business course called Atlas, which Kate had joined and which she had been attending on the night of her death. Based in a large, stately home on the outskirts of the village, the exclusive Atlas is run by father and son team, Paul and Ryan Rand. Both were interviewed following Kate's death, but neither claimed to have seen Kate after the meeting, and both were understandably eager to distance themselves and Atlas from the tragedy. This isn't the first time that Atlas has been investigated. Atlas and their questionable methods, which many have suggested border on mind control. Ryan is married to Rebecca, landlady of Edenton's village pub, the George and Dragon. As yet, she hasn't been interviewed, though it's likely Kate visited the pub on more than one occasion. One of Kate's friends was Emma Bowman, who lives at Eden Lodge on the road leading out of Edenton village. Emma was also doing a PhD at the same university, but didn't attend Atlas. Interviewed after Kate's death, Emma seemed shocked and upset, insisting she hadn't seen Kate that night. However, it turned out her boyfriend had. Simon Thompson met Emma at university. After completing his degree around 18 months ago, he went to work at a shop in the neighboring village. He started at the Atlas course a few months ago. Simon insisted that he didn't see Kate after the meeting, but the sergeant interviewing him noted he seemed oddly unmoved by her death, which makes him the first person I want to see tonight. It's time for some answers.
Alright, so there's the backstory to the game. We gotta solve a murder. We've got one night to solve it in. We've got a few people to talk to, and there's a few questions to be answered. Was it suicide? Was it a murder? Who knows? So last time reset the game put us at the very start. So we're starting outside the village pub, which was where Rebecca, the guy's wife, works. However, we wanted to talk to Simon first, so we'll go do that. So Simon and Emma live here in Eden Lodge.
Is it Simon?
Yeah.
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating an incident in the village. Could I come in and ask you a few questions, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can just go through here if you want. Emma's working in the front room.
Hi.
This is Inspector James.
Jenks.
What's all this about?
There was a death in the village. Kate Vine, I believe you both knew her.
Yeah. Do you need to speak to both of us?
I'll just speak to Simon first, if that's okay.
Just come through. Is it okay in here?
Oh, this'll be fine, yeah.
Do you want anything? Water?
No, I won't be long.
Okay.
A lot of preamble in this. So, first interview. Pick an item you want to ask about, and you ask about it. Clicking on Cool. Now you can start finding contradictions. Alright. We'll ask about Kate Vine's death.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
So last Friday's meeting, I think.
Did you see her after the meeting?
No.
How long have you known Kate?
That would be when we started Atlas. 3 months ago?
Did you socialise outside Atlas?
No.
How would you describe her? What sort of person was she?
Well, she's talented. She was full of life, you know? Sharp, quite sharp.
Would you say she had any emotional problems?
Her mood could change. And, well, there was the drinking problem.
When did you become aware of that?
Well, she would come drunk to meetings sometimes. She would reek of the stuff. I mean, everyone knew, but nobody really said anything.
So, tell me a bit about Atlas.
That was just a business management training program for postgrads.
And you started this after you left college?
Yeah.
And it's on every Friday?
Yeah, well, my group isn't doing it this Friday, but one of the groups is.
Okay, thanks.
So we found out a fair bit of information there. It's all listed at these points here. So last week, Kate at the meeting on Friday. Known Kate for 3 months, didn't socialise with her outside of Atlas, and she seemed drunk at Atlas. There's nothing obvious there. There might be something. Last one, the meeting, didn't socialise. No. And then Kate 3 months, didn't socialise. Drunk. Nothing there. We'll ask about the license.
Did you know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No. No, I don't think so. Never seen it before.
So he doesn't know anything about the license. That's no sort of contradictions there. I can't see anything at the moment. Might have to go see Emma. That's forcing us. No. Can we leave? Please? Game's bugging out. One second.
Did you know whether Kate...
There we go. We'll
Thank
visit
you.
Emma.
Probably be back later.
Don't worry, it's only a few questions.
Yeah.
Again, we've got a fresh slate.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
It was last Thursday in the college library. I saw her and we chatted for a bit. She seemed her usual self.
What was her usual self?
Oh, just Kate being Kate. You know, a bit wild.
Wild?
Kate being Kate.
What way wild?
Oh, she just used to question everything, you know. Have arguments with the lecturers, things like that.
What else?
Kate had a drink problem.
How noticeable was that?
Well, it wasn't at first, but as the year went on, she'd be drunk in the afternoon. But I think she cut down, you know, towards the end of college and when she started her PhD.
Last saw Kate in college. Kate was argumentative, had a drink problem. Didn't see her often. Oh, if you didn't see her often, how do you know her usual self? No. Ask about this.
Did you know whether Kate had lost this or not?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Nothing there. I don't think there's anything
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
contradictory at the moment.
Best to knock on the window for Emma. Simon always answers the front door. Very trusting, leaving a bike unlocked. Looks like homebrew equipment.
Oh, Gerg, it's you.
This might come in handy.
Hello, Gerg. We're playing Contradiction. It's a detective murder mystery game. We've only just started, so you've actually just fucking got here. I'm good, man. If you want context for the story, there's young girls being murdered. The town's a bit of a weird town in the middle of England. It's actual real town. There's a sort of weird culty-like business group, and we've just done the first interview. But I'm good, man. How are you going? You were my first suspect, I have to admit, Gerg. I mean, we're walking through woods right then. That's not a good sign. You've got a reputation for what goes on in the woods. You can't... The pub is not open. Alright. I probably need to move my face. Whoops. My face. Like here or something. What time is it? Where you at? It's like 11 a.m. You're up early for a change, man. Yeah. No, you're good, man. I'm just streaming for the sake of streaming. What are we doing? Where are we going? Where are we going, Gerg? I think we need to ask Emma and Simon more questions.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Isn't ask worth asking about the screwdriver, but let's ask him about his bike.
Which was the bike outside?
Oh, that's my cousin's. He lent me it. I need to buy a new lock for it, though.
So it's your bike at the moment?
Yeah. There's no bus service to speak of around here, so it's really the only way to get around.
I noticed a lot of bottles outside. Are they yours?
Yeah, I'm at
He's a
homebrew.
fantastic
Well, no, I
detective.
give it out to my friends.
So I'm going to be playing a lot of
I
games
tried selling it at
this
first,
similar
but I didn't have any
style.
takers, except for James over at Farmhouse.
I'm going to work the
I
whole
used
way
to
through
trade
them.
it
There's
to,
like
for herbs and stuff.
6 or so games. They're very, very
No,
similar.
not really.
Sorry, we talked over that. He's got some homebrew. That's not exciting. Bike belongs to his cousin. It's the only way he can get to work. Doesn't know anything about the license. So the gimmick for this game is you're meant to find contradictions, hence the game called Contradiction. So you've got to compare two things together and say, hey, these don't match. But at the moment, there's nothing there.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Unless I'm missing something. We're talking to Simon's missus at the moment.
Have you ever tried Simon's homebrew?
Me? No. I don't like beer. I only drink wine. I can't stand spirits either.
That might be important. She doesn't like beer and she doesn't like wine. Doesn't like spirits. She only drinks wine.
What's the stack of bottles outside?
Oh, that's all Simon's stuff. You better ask him. I don't know.
That's just his homebrew. Not worth asking about that. Let's ask about the bike. She did it. She doesn't
it's Simon's
drink
cousin's.
beer.
He uses it to get to work.
Killed her
You
because
know
she
the lock's
drank
broken.
beer.
Oh, I know. I keep telling him to fix it.
Blah. No, again, nothing there that seems contradictory.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Oops.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
We'll leave them to wallow in their filth. Let's leave and go into the woods, somewhere you're familiar with. I think you got your eye on her for different reasons, Greg.
Looks like a piece of jewellery there, stuck between the boards. Well and truly wedged in.
There must be a way to use items. Screwdriver. Can we use that? Yes. First fucking puzzle solved, man.
Interesting. I thought forensics had checked the whole area. Obviously not very well.
It's a fucking penguin. No, that's, I don't know, some fucking bird. Alright, let's go back to those twats. Let's see if they know anything about necklaces.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Ever seen this?
This.
Looks like,
Ever seen this?
that's my old necklace. I gave this to Kate.
So Kate might have been wearing it last Friday.
Yeah, well, perhaps, but I can't see why. She was always buying new things, you know, lots of jewelry.
Just
stuff like
fucking
that.
banging on their window.
It's meant to be a bird in cage, but the cage's fallen off. I'll show you.
Where did you buy it?
I didn't. Some wanted present.
Secret admirer.
Not so secret.
I see.
That's how it should have looked. It's called a freedom necklace.
Do you mind if I keep this?
No, not at all.
Okay,
So the
there's a
necklace did
fair
belong to
bit
Kate.
there.
Interesting. I'm starting to wish I'd brought a spare evidence bag.
It was an unwanted gift from a secret, not so secret admirer, but she gave it to Kate. She didn't see Kate often, but she gave her a necklace? No. Thought we found something. Frame jewelry. Kate bought lots of new jewelry. If he didn't see her very often, how did he know she bought jewelry? No.
Thank
We'll
you.
ask
Probably back
Seaman
later.
about the necklace as well. Alright.
You know what this is?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Emma had one like it. Actually, you know what? Kate had one. I remember because I asked her about it one night when we were all out drinking in college. I was probably pretty drunk.
That's what college is all about.
Kate won a necklace at college. I think he said he didn't socialise with Kate either. No. So it's real weird that those would feel like contradictions. Frame ups. Alright. That's probably one.
Aha.
They all did it. Everyone
so how
did it.
did
The
you know
detective did
Kate
it.
was wearing
That's
a
the
freedom
plot
necklace 18 months ago? At college?
Well, I knew Kate at college, but I didn't get to know her till we started Atlas.
Right. So you didn't socialise with her at college?
No.
And you didn't socialise with her outside of Atlas?
No.
You didn't see her outside Atlas at all?
No. Not at all.
6 p.m.
So Simon did know Kate at college, but why would he lie about that? Maybe he knows Kate better than he's willing to admit.
Again,
6 o'clock.
my bubbles.
If Rebecca's
My
working in the pub
me
tonight.
is blocking something. So Simon did know Kate at college. It's gone. That's basically what he just said. Simon knew Kate at college. That's suspicious for some reason. Let's try to go to the pub. Hey. Bet you're jealous of that. You can go to a pub. I really serve everyone at college.
What can I get you?
Detective Inspector Jenks. Rebecca, is it?
Yeah.
There's been an incident in the village. I'm conducting an investigation. Could I ask you a few questions, please?
Right. Come through.
Thank you.
She looks happy to see me.
What's it about?
There's been an unexplained death locally. Not sure if you've heard.
The student?
Yes.
Yes, it was dreadful news.
You're married to Ryan, one of the Atlas leaders, yes?
I suppose I am, yes.
Well, I just wanted to ask a few questions about Kate and Atlas, if that's okay.
She
I
did.
don't know if I'll be able to answer
Look at
any
her.
of them.
She's got a
but
necklace.
sure.
That's the first sign that she did it. Alright, we'll do all the shite. We're going to ask her about everything.
Did you know Kate?
Not very well. She came in a few times, but she was quite a moody person. You could tell she had problems.
When was the last time you saw her?
Friday. She popped in for a minute.
And when was that?
7-ish.
Was she on her own?
I didn't see who she was with. She put £20 on the bar and then left.
What was that for?
A breakage, presumably.
£20? Just for a beer glass?
Well, she was very drunk. She just put it on the bar and then walked out.
Was there a broken glass?
Not that I noticed. But she was a strange girl.
So Kate was there at 7 p.m. Was apparently with someone, but don't know who. Gave £20, pissed off. She won't know anything about the bike, not worth asking about. Let's ask her about the homebrew. She
Know
killed
anything
Simon.
about Simon Thompson's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew?
Apparently.
No, we do buy from a microbrewery, but we don't usually buy from kitchen breweries.
Let's ask her about the necklace.
Do you recognise this?
I've seen students wearing them. It has some sort of meaning, doesn't it? I forget what it is now.
Seen anyone wearing one recently?
Not that I can remember.
So she's married to the guy who runs this weird fucking organization.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
We can investigate behind the pub. Fuck, I love his overacting, man. What a twat.
A broken window. Recently smashed by the look of it. Might have to ask about that.
So there's a broken window. You should dress as him. Just don't explain it to anyone, just dress as this detective one stream. Act like him. I think the window is
Couple more
what
questions,
she
if that's okay.
paid for.
How did the window get broken out round the back?
I don't actually know. Someone said two girls were arguing outside. I found out after they'd gone.
And when was this?
Last Friday,
Depends
just
what
after
you-
we opened, about 6:30. I taped
Oh,
over it until I can get it fixed. We don't want people getting cut and suing us.
Does that sort of thing happen a lot? Arguments?
No, not really. I'm quite strict when it comes to barring clients I don't think are suitable.
Ooh. I mean, his hat at least is better than fucking Pachidi's nonce hat. You gotta give him that. He's got a better tasting hat than Pachidi. I think that's probably that.
So, you said Kate gave you £20 for a breakage, but you didn't have a breakage.
That's right.
Do you think the payment could have been for the broken window? Could it have been Kate who was arguing?
Well, I suppose it could have been. Yeah. Could have been Kate. You're probably right. Yeah.
But you don't know who she was arguing with.
No, I'm not sure.
I'll ask around.
We'll ask around.
Realising Kate had broken the window, Rebecca really should have worked that out before now. Unless she did. But why would she lie about that?
What, the window broke. She left, broke the window and buggered off, yeah. That's what I thought.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
It's all very, very suspicious. Don't trust anyone that works in pubs, rides bicycles, or wears necklaces. Alright, let's go roam the woods again. This way. Hey, he looks...
Who is it? I'm a police officer, Detective Inspector Jenks. It's all right, you can carry on if you want to. Keep going. I'm investigating a death in the village, Kate Vine. There was a death recently.
I knew her.
Well, could I ask you a few questions, please?
Bit dark.
Well, if you give me your name and address, I'll come later on. Where do you live?
House.
I don't
What's
know
your
what he
name?
said. Was he just smoking shisha? He said something house. Oops. Where's the map? Oh, was it farmhouse?
According to the map, Abbey Farm is across the road there.
Let's have a chat to Mr. Shisha.
Could I ask you a few more questions, please? Didn't take you long. Haven't got much time. Just close the doors, shall I?
Fucking hell.
Where do you want to sit? Oh, anywhere's fine. I didn't quite catch your name.
James, sit there.
Thank you, James.
Why are you asking me about Kate Vine?
Routine. You know Simon, don't you? Thompson.
Why, what did he say?
That you all went to college together, you and Kate. Is that right?
You need a dark room to
Right.
smoke shisha.
Good enough.
Fuck, we got a shit ton to ask him.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
Can't remember.
How did you know her?
Through Simon. His girlfriend was mates with her. Saw her around college a few times.
Did you socialise with her much?
Nah. She wasn't my type.
Oh, what's his type, eh? Oi, oi.
Did you know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No idea.
I don't know why we would think he would, but, you know. Let's ask him.
What do you know about Simon's bike?
What bike?
You haven't seen him on a bike.
I haven't seen him.
When was the last time you saw him?
About a month ago.
I saw Simon a month ago.
Have you ever tried Simon's homebrew?
Thompson's tar? Yeah, I've tried it.
Did he sell it?
Well, not to me, not for money anyway. We used to trade stuff.
What did you trade?
I make a nice herbal tea as it happens. Him and his girlfriend were into it.
What was his beer like?
Lethal.
Strong?
Knock your eyes out.
So he's fucking. I hadn't seen Simon in a month. Maybe they did see each other. Nope.
Know anything about an argument at the pub last Friday?
No.
Fucking lines like knock your eyes out are fucking brilliant. I actually dig that for a script.
Know anything about a broken window at the pub?
Don't go to the pub.
You've never been to the pub?
Didn't say that. Been to the pub, but not for about 2 months, 3 months.
Very suspicious. He hasn't been to the pub in two months. That don't trust him.
Ever seen one of these before? Freedom necklace.
Don't think so.
What a fucking boring twat.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright. Let's keep exploring shit. See what he's growing in his greenhouse. We can search.
Picture frames with black painted glass. Very interesting.
I don't know if that's interesting. I thought he'd be growing something in there for his herbal tea. What's interesting about A black picture frame.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
I'm guessing we have to ask him about it, but...
Now, what's all this stuff in the workshop? Paint and stencils and things like that?
Just a little sideline of mine.
Oh, you do picture framing?
They're black mirrors. Scrying mirrors.
Now, what's a scrying mirror?
Show you one if you want. Scrying goes back centuries. The ancient Persians did it. This country pagans still practice it. The fortune tellers pretend to do it. That's what the crystal ball's all about. It's all scrying. The mirror's just one way of doing it.
But what is scrying?
Depends who you are. People do it for different reasons.
State of his wolves.
What sort of reasons?
Exploring your mind, clearing your mind, communicating with the dead.
Is that what you use them for, James? Communicating with the dead?
And they make them for other people these days.
And there's a market for these, is there?
Lots of people want to talk to the dead, even if they don't believe in it.
Do you make a profit on them?
I don't do it for the money.
How very charitable of you. Can I keep this?
Keep it.
Thank you.
We should be able to ask him about his
Mirrors
wolves.
and hookah pipes. I wonder what else James is into.
I don't think there's any contradictions there. Makes them for other people. We don't know who he makes them for.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Ah, well. Ask the pub lady about the thing. He's fucking weird, right? He's just staring at something. I think it might be his fireplace.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
He also seems like he belongs in the average chat room that we sit in.
Have you seen one of these before?
Is it meant to be black like that?
I think so.
Racist.
No.
She did it. She's definitely racist. Just
Thank
saw
you.
something that was like,
Probably be back later.
is it meant to be black? Fuck. I don't know where we are meant to go. Oh, search.
Always nice to randomly find a key on the floor.
Fucking. Oh, what else is there? Poster. Every Friday.
Isn't that interesting?
Interesting. I think. No, wrong way. Wrong way. I'm lost. I think the place behind the pub was locked. This door. You're fucking gonna get murdered in here, mate. Search.
I wonder whose mask this is. Rebecca's or Ryan's?
Fuck, I love the way he acts. It's great. It's fucking top
Looks
tier
like
stuff.
junk, but it's too dark to tell.
Fucking just swipe anything you see, right? Alright. Let's Scarpa and show her the mask. I don't think it's hers. I'm guessing it's her husband's. Atlas is the organization. It explains it in that intro at the start of the game that this lad runs this weird organization, Atlas.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know what this is?
Oh, you'll have to ask Ryan about that.
So this is Ryan's.
It's to do with one of Ryan's methods on the course.
Go on.
Well, masks allow you to play at being someone different for a while. Students find it quite liberating.
So this would be for a student?
I think that one's Ryan's, but students do wear them, yes.
Alright,
that's all for the moment. Thank you.
Mr. Ryan. I don't know where Ryan is. Nothing there. Aha. Can we find the... That's dramatic.
Ryan was interviewed in the lounge, according to the report. That must be his office.
Not home. Not there either. There's too many places. Like I'm not lost. But there's way too much to walk around. Like, I don't know where I'm going at the moment. I'm going back and forth a bit as well. I might have to ask these fuckers about the mask and all the shit I've just
Ask
found
about
out.
a few more things, please. Ever seen this before?
Ever seen this?
Nope, I haven't, sorry. I think I'd have remembered it.
Greg, ever seen this before? Hasn't seen a mask. I think she was a member of Atlas.
Have you seen one of these before?
Is that from James?
Now, what do you know about James?
That he's creepy. He was selling them
She's
last
innocent.
Friday at the
She
market.
knows
There's
James is creepy.
a market every week type thing. And I usually go there for lunch.
So you wouldn't buy one of these?
No, I wouldn't. But Kate would.
Was she into this sort of thing?
No, I don't think so. She bought one, and I went round to her flat to try it out. You're meant to see ghosts or spirits or something. It doesn't work.
How do you use it?
You're just meant to stare into it. Shall I show you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you just stare like this.
It's gonna be a ghost.
Then you see.
See what?
Sorry. Look. You're meant to see a ghost or something. Look, it doesn't work.
See, you thought fucking Outlast was creepy. That was fucking creepy.
Did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't in the village?
No, I went home last Thursday night, actually, to see my parents.
But you do visit the pub.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know Rebecca quite well. We all went there quite a bit after college.
This is proper suspicious. Yeah, fair. I'm surprised you remember anything at all. Ever. See, you fucking pick up on it. No one else has. One other person at work picks up on that. The beard is mostly gone. It fucking takes no time at all to grow back though, so you won't miss it for too long. But yeah, like fucking one other person the whole day fucking picked up on that. You're the second one, or at least the second one to actually fucking say something. But hey man, how you going? Gerg's here. And yeah, it is definitely worse than Bambi's mum being killed. Well, why wouldn't you be? It is a tragic loss to us all. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment.
Be back later on if
Let's
that's
talk
okay.
to Simon.
Ever seen one of these?
I first it's like,
Yeah, that's what
fuck
James
off.
is. He's into like new age stuff, mysticism, magic spells,
Not doing
that sort of
eyebrows.
thing.
Unless
He's nuts though.
for
I mean, he thinks the
charity.
government are tracking him or something.
Why would you think that?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
If there's a charity stream again, and I'm involved, I will do it for a certain amount. I'm happy to do it for charity, but I'm not fucking doing it just for the fun of it. And just because Pete asked me to.
Have a look at this. Know anything about that?
I haven't seen this one, but it looks a lot like an Atlas mask. We use them for some of the workshops and stuff.
Gary can only grow a pube beard.
Well, you have to say something boastful or arrogant. You do it first without the mask, and then you say it with a mask.
And the point is?
Well, it's easier when you have the mask on, isn't it? People are not as afraid to be free about themselves, you know?
What did you find out about Atlas?
Well, it was advertised.
Greg should try to grow a
I've
beard
got
for charity. That should be his next big step.
This is the advert that was at
Can
my
you actually
college.
grow any decent facial hair at
To be
all?
honest, I've learned more in 3 months at Atlas than I did in 3 years at business school.
Can I keep that?
Yeah, go for it.
I suppose that might be useful as a conversational starter.
James thinks the government's tracking him. that was a very moving moment when you shaved your mustache off. But you set yourself up for that. 100% you set yourself up for that, and it will live on in infamy. So you got that going for you.
Know anything about an argument at the pub
But I
last
mean,
Friday?
No, I
proper
didn't go to
facial
the
hair.
pub last Friday.
Not just
What
the
did
pedo
you do
stuff.
after the corpse?
Just went home. Came here. Just came straight back.
Do you know anything about a broken window at the pub?
No, I don't really go to the pub very often. I'm not exactly a pub person.
Not a pub person. See, I don't fucking trust any of these pricks. Then again, he does brew his own beer, so he's at least slightly off the hook.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Oops, I meant to leave. I haven't asked her about that.
Know anything about a broken window at the pub?
Yeah,
round
he's
the
got a
back?
fucking
Pub.
recycling bottle
a broken
filled
window
with
at the
fucking
back.
bottles.
Yeah.
He
I saw
drinks
it,
a
baby.
shit ton.
When was
And
that?
stuff that knocks your eyeballs
I
out
was
as
in
well.
the pub on Monday with a college friend.
She was in the pub on Monday. She said something about her parents. you saw in 80s, 70s porno. I mean, the thing that creeps me out the most about Greg's mustache was that it was very reminiscent of a Bachetti mustache. I think Greg is a secret experiment by Mr. Bachetti. The clone himself.
Aha. So, you went home to see your parents on Thursday night, that right?
Yes.
But you said you saw
Case
James
closed.
at the market on Friday.
No, I went to see my parents on Friday night.
What time did you go on Friday?
8 or 9.
And you didn't see Kate at all on Friday?
No.
You're not a very good liar, Emma.
Okay.
Yeah, you're shit.
I saw Kate.
Where?
At the pub we were arguing.
Go on. What were you arguing about?
I'd lent her £50 because she was desperate, and we were just arguing. It didn't really bother me. She just didn't have it.
And Kate broke the window?
Yes. She did things like that when she was angry.
Smash things?
Yes.
But she spent £20 to replace it.
So it was Emma arguing
It was
with
Greg.
Kate.
It was
But why
definitely
didn't she
fucking
want to
Greg.
admit it? In case it gave her a motive? Or something else?
Never trust a Greg. If there's a character called Greg in this game, he fucking did it. I'm gonna move my face again and shrink myself down just so you can fucking see the screen. Then run into Kate. You're Rebecca well. If Kate's buying jewelry, why does she need money? Huh?
So you
didn't
lent
think of
money
that, did
to
you?
Kate because she was desperate, but she bought loads of jewellery and things. So why were you lending her money?
Fucking,
Well, no, it's because
what a fucking gormless look.
it's
It wasn't about money, was it, Emma?
no.
Oh, she's bonking Simon.
What was it really about?
We were arguing because she was going to blackmail Ryan, the guy from Atlas, over an affair he was having, and then tell his wife if he didn't give her the money.
Ryan's affair with Kate?
No, I don't know. I think he was having an affair with another student and Kate found out.
And why were you involved?
Because I didn't really agree with it. I didn't agree with what she was doing, even if he did have an affair.
Were you friends with Ryan?
No, I'd never met him.
You just thought Kate was wrong?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Not sure about this.
Ryan
Emma's either on a
is
moral crusade, or
married
there's
to
another reason she was
the
worried about
landlord. We
Kate
haven't met him yet.
blackmailing
He
Ryan.
runs Atlas, which is some fucking culty organization that has the weird masks, all that shit. We'll probably meet him soon, but there's something fucking weird about what she's saying.
What do you know about Atlas?
I know that it's a business course. I went with Simon when he first went.
Business
but
course.
Wasn't really my thing.
How often did you go?
Just the once.
And you decided it wasn't for you?
Yeah, I'd been to something similar, so decided it wasn't for me.
He went to the course with Simon. She must have fucking met Ryan before, right? I don't fucking know. Hasn't seen the mask. She went to the seminar and she must have met Ryan.
Aha.
You said you went to an Atlas meeting with Simon.
Yes.
That's interesting, because I happen to know that Ryan is the main lecturer at Atlas. But you say you never met him. Why did you say you don't know him?
Okay, I need to tell you something. I just need to make sure Simon doesn't find out.
I won't be telling Simon anything he doesn't have to hear.
And you can't tell Rebecca either.
Go on.
Okay, so the affair that happened was between Ryan and I. I was having the affair, and Kate knew.
So Kate was blackmailing both of you?
No, she didn't care about me. It was part of the course, you see, having to take all these risks. She thought it was funny to turn her back on Ryan. She thought I wouldn't care.
But you did.
Yes, I was already with Simon when Ryan and I, and I didn't want Simon finding out, and Kate thought that he wouldn't, but I didn't want her risking it. And then if Rebecca found out, then Simon would definitely have found out, and then it would have blown up and it would have just been a big mess.
And so you just argued and what?
Well, she just stormed off and broke a window.
And that was it? You didn't see her again that
Oh
night?
God, does she ever shut up?
Are you sure?
Yes. I promise.
Seven o'clock. So, Ryan's a bit of Lothario, is he? I think it's time I met this Ryan Rand face
finally
to
see
face.
Ryan. Greg, we're gonna see Ryan. It's alright. We're gonna finally... If I can figure out how to get there. Oh.
What are you? Private eye?
No, I'm a police inspector.
Who are you looking for?
I'm investigating a death in the village.
A student, then. I did one last year, too. Same place.
Did what?
Drowned a student. Ask that psycho about it. He runs that business cult thing up at the big house. Bunch of nut jobs.
Who the fuck is this guy?
What was the student's
Is this... It's Greg's dad.
Liam... something?
Your dad hangs out in the woods just like you.
Atlas's reputation precedes them. I think I might call the station, find out a bit more about this Liam.
Hello, DCI Jones speaking.
Mike, it's Jenks.
Jenks.
That's where Greg learned it from.
Yeah, the chief's put me on a case tonight, the Edenton girl.
Mighty line, you poor sod. I thought that was sorted out anyway.
I wish it was. Listen, are you near a computer?
I can't be. Yeah, go on.
Do you know anything about a death last year? Someone called Liam in Edenton Village?
Don't remember it. Hang on, let's have a look. Edenton Village. Yeah, Liam Rogers. Says suicide last year.
Suicide?
Hang on, 2 suicides in 2 years, both on Edenton.
That's what I thought too, Aaron. Fucking early for Greg to be up.
Right, well, good luck with that and see you Monday.
Thanks, Mike.
That's the most suspicious thing of all, that Greg's actually awake. Well, I'm gonna not stream too much longer, just so Greg can have his nap. Oh, it's Greg.
Do you mind not defacing public property, please?
What's it to you?
Well, I'm a policeman.
And that's supposed to make what difference exactly?
It means you do exactly what I tell you to do.
Or what?
It's Greg with
Or
his
you
date.
arrest me?
No, I'll give you a fine this time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money? What happens if you do something that I don't like? You're going to give me some money?
Look, I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Can you just go?
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Wait, was it that?
What a prize brat. But why would he carve that into a tree? Either he's a die-hard rock fan, or there's more to
That's
that
fucking
symbol than
hilarious.
meets the eye.
It was very, very Greg-like, taking a date into the woods and just carving something into a tree. Let's find fucking Ryan. Oh.
Ryan!
Yes?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm conducting an investigation in the area. Wouldn't mind asking you a few questions. Is that all right?
Come in, Inspector.
Thank you.
Looks happy to see us.
Drink, Inspector.
I'd better not, eh?
So you wanted to speak to me?
I believe that Kate Vine was a student at
Me,
Atlas.
some of the stuff in this game.
Kate Vine? Well, yes, she was. All of this has been thoroughly investigated, Inspector. It was suicide.
Well, we have reason to believe there may be rather more to it than that.
Really? Well, then, in that case, I'd be prepared to assist in any way possible.
Thank you.
A pleasure.
Pleasure. Chin chin. You don't fucking drink a glass of some sort of liquor next to a fireplace without being guilty of something.
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday. Then you came straight back with some of the students. Is that right?
Yes, I like to have a glass of porter after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
How did she seem that night?
The landlady?
Kate.
Oh, Kate. Well, she was her usual self, drunk.
That was usual.
It was for her, yes. I mean, it didn't impair her ability, though. She was a very bright star, lots of potential, very enthusiastic.
So she seemed to be enjoying the course.
Well, as far as anybody could tell, yes.
There's never been a more suspicious character
When she joined about 3 months ago.
in
And you hadn't met her before then?
film, TV,
So you didn't suspect there was
anything.
anything wrong?
Well, do you mean, did I expect her to drown herself? Of course I didn't inspect her. It was quite a shock. Nobody expected that.
He's definitely a fucking Tory.
Have you seen this before?
Not that I recall.
You don't know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No, I've never seen it before, sorry.
Got a shit ton to ask him. I don't know why we would ask him about the bike.
Does Simon Thompson ride a bike, do you know?
I think so, yes. I think he drives as well, but I might be mistaken.
Oh, he drives as well. Suspicious. Greg is caught dogging in the woods. Tell us about that, Greg. The floor is yours.
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
It's a devil's sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
This is not something you use on the course.
Of course it's not something we use on the course, Inspector. I don't even know what that could possibly mean, exactly.
Nothing to tell. That's... We all know that's horseshit. Everyone in this chat know that you're an infamous dogger, both in the murdering dog sense and late nights in public places sense.
What can you tell me about Liam?
Oh, Liam. You mean the boy who committed very unfortunate?
Did you know him?
Oh, yes. Well, when I say know him, I met him in the pub. Seemed very happy sort of person. Well, I say he seemed happy. He can't have been, can he?
Liam seemed happy.
Tell me
Come
about
on, Greg. Tell us a
this.
story at
Ah,
least.
it's the first one we ever had made. We had it
You're
designed by an
here. We're here
agency
to
after we
bully
spent
you.
weeks trying to find a name for this place.
It took you weeks.
Oh, but
You gotta
like that,
give us
Inspector,
something.
I thought it was a rather grand name. Actually, if I'm being honest. I
Story
plucked it out
time.
of thin air
Story
one night
time.
at the George while I was having a few gin and tonics. Well, actually, somebody left a book and I stole it.
Stole it off a book. I'm guessing it's gonna be that terrible fucking book.
Can you tell me about this?
About this.
Haven't seen that for a while. We had a friend who used to make them for us for the course. He passed away last year.
What does the symbol mean?
It's borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the
Fucking hell,
triple
Greg.
goddess. The mother, maiden, and crone, represented by the waxing and waning of the moon. It's an ancient symbol. It predates Christianity. Some people say
Do
that it
share
dates
this
back
photo.
to Paleolithic times.
And is that
For
relevant
research
to the
reasons.
course?
Well, no. I mean, it's a symbol we dabble with.
It
but
will
it's
go
not
down very
particularly
well
relevant.
in
We don't use it on the
Cultaholic
course, no.
Discord. I was not fucking paying attention what he said. Triple goddess, blah blah blah. But share your it's not very sportsmanlike. Greg isn't very sportsmanlike. Any sign of competition, it's just fucking break the leg. He's like the villain out of Karate Kid. It's a would try and get in the face. I love telling Mafu that story that you fucking threw a tennis ball at a blind girl. Oh, fuck. It's the simple things that make me enjoy
Have you
enjoy
seen
the
one
world.
of these before?
I believe that looks like a scrying mirror to me.
You have seen one before?
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots of other bits and pieces of that nature. Silly things, you know.
Really?
Yes, when I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing. I was a very somber child, not that you could tell, always playing fantasy games, reading books.
If there's any
that
place a blind
kind
girl
of
shouldn't be, would be a
malarkey,
tennis court, right?
What sort of books did you read?
Well, books on black magic, not the chocolates.
Not the
witchcraft, satanic rituals,
But Chidi would
that kind of
fucking
thing.
love
I
this
grew
guy.
out of it, of course.
But you're not into that sort of thing now.
Of course I'm not. I mean, I don't need to believe in the supernatural, Inspector. The natural world is far more interesting. Don't you think so?
If, like, I've got a sneaking suspicion that Pachi's played this game before and has based his whole personality off this fucking Ryan character. Because there's never been two people more Tory in the world.
Do you know anything about an argument in the pub last Friday?
What time?
I believe it wasn't long after the pub opened.
No. I usually leave for the manor house about 6. I start preparations around 6:30. I like to get a head start.
No comment there, Ewan.
What do you know about the broken window at the back of the pub?
Oh, Rebecca told me about it.
Oh.
I don't know how it got smashed, though. I told her to tape over it. We can't have anybody cutting themselves. You have to be very
because
health and
you
safety
bonking
conscious these
Emma.
days.
We all fucking love Greg. It's just, he's fucking brilliant to take the piss out of. But, you know, one day he'll have a podcast and it'll all go wrong for all of us.
Have you tried Simon's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew? No, I haven't had the pleasure, sorry.
If Greg ever gets a podcast, he's gonna fucking go off at us. It's gonna be a 2-hour run attacking every fucking last one of us, including Jenny.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I want to go see creepy dude. Fucking Greg's favorite character.
Couple more questions, if that's
Ron's
okay.
definitely a cunt. In the same way that Pachiti's a cunt. James, see if he knows about rock and roll.
That.
See, I still don't even know how to
Would it
fucking
mean
do it.
anything to you?
Yeah. It's a Satanism symbol. Satanists use it.
Have you ever seen anyone using it?
Lots of people. Politicians, presidents, CEOs.
Have you ever seen anyone local using it?
Not that I remember.
Fuck me. This James guy is potentially my favorite character in the game.
Liam who?
Liam who died.
You mean Liam who killed himself?
Yeah.
He was in my year, on a different course.
What course was Liam on?
Can't remember, not mine.
What was yours?
Plant science.
What CEOs
First time I
doing
knew
it?
about Liam was when he
Fucking
killed
all of
himself.
them, mate.
Right, so you didn't meet him?
They're renowned for it. CEOs everywhere just fucking rocking up their old presidents. You know, Trump was notorious for it. Though it wouldn't surprise me in this case. There's so much shit to ask people. We even asked him about the mask.
Ever seen this before?
No, should I have?
No, it's okay.
Such a reaction.
Ever seen one of these?
Seen them around college.
What do you know about it?
Not much. It's a business course. Ask Simon, he's on it.
You wouldn't be interested in that sort of thing. And you haven't discussed it with Simon?
Not really. Business doesn't interest me.
But you sell mirrors. You lying fuck.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Go talk to Simon. Old fucking... Oh. Choo choo. Yeah, he's staring. I think he's staring at a fireplace. But he's fucking weird.
There you go. Come on. Cute.
Fucking eye roll.
Smells nice. What is that?
Chili pork.
I have no idea you were a cook.
Oh, no, I used to be more into it. No, I don't do it so much. Used to grow my own herbs and everything.
Not here.
No, at the farmhouse where I used to live.
Where was that?
That's where James lives. Yeah, we used to share a house together. The farmer used to let us use a corner on his greenhouse to grow stuff.
I didn't know you knew James that well.
Well, didn't really get on.
Where are the greenhouses?
Well, it's just through the farmyard at the back.
Interesting.
Interesting. It's fascinating. Let's ask him about Satan.
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Who did you see doing that?
Someone in the woods, carving it into
Yeah,
a tree.
Greg.
That was Kyle. It's a guy from the course. He's an idiot.
And where does he live?
I can't remember. Somewhere outside the village. The three fingers thing.
He sure
something
hasn't
the
aged well,
students
no.
started doing.
No, he
It's
fucking
something from
hasn't.
The course.
He
Three
looks
freedoms.
like his name is
The
Simon.
Three freedoms. It's
Like
from
if
the
you
course.
pointed
It's,
this guy to me on
a
the street and said,
phrase.
"What's his name?"
Free to be free. Free yourself from the things that are holding you back. Right.
It'd be fucking Simon.
Things that stop you being
That'd
successful.
be my first guess.
What are they?
There's fear of failure,
guilt, and doubting, self-doubt.
You believe that?
Yeah. Guilt ruins lives. It stops you looking forward. It serves no practical purpose. It's basically destructive.
Right. Free to be free. Not
Yeah,
the most
Greg.
original slogan, but I wonder how far
True.
this freedom
I can
goes.
definitely see a Peter there. I can see a Greg as well. You know, the whole not feeling guilt thing.
What do you know about Liam?
Liam?
Local lad. Took his life.
Oh, that Liam.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard about him.
Why the fuck does nobody know
No,
Liam?
I know he went to college, but didn't really know him. It's sad, though.
Well, if there was anybody who wouldn't feel a touch of guilt in their lives, it would be you, wouldn't it?
That's all for the moment, thank you.
That's all for the moment. He's got actually a very bitchy voice, and that's not... Yeah, it's just...
Do you know the phrase, free to be free?
I've just noticed that.
It's an Atlas thing. I first heard it when I went with Simon.
What did they say about it?
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong. I don't agree with that.
No?
No. No, I think you should feel guilty if you do something wrong.
What did Simon think?
I don't know, but I don't think he agreed with that either.
Well, I've got news for you. He's doing wrong things all the time.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
No. Why?
It's okay, thanks.
That was a truly beautiful moment.
What do you know about a student called Liam? Committed suicide last year.
Only that I didn't know really well.
Oh, of course. That's very fucking helpful. Thanks for that.
Be back later on if
I'm
that's
going
okay.
to ask... I'm going to go to the farm because they said there was a greenhouse hidden here. We've already been to one, which is where we found those fucking weird mirrors.
Simon mentioned another greenhouse
Yeah.
on the farm. Must be up the hill over there.
Oh, he's growing mint. The saucy bastard.
I wonder if James knows this is here. Don't know what it is, but be interesting to see what he says about it.
There's potentially truth there. We haven't, pardon me, we haven't got too far into the game yet. But there's as you probably figured out so far, there's a group called Atlas. They're a business school, but they do weird shit like wearing masks and not believing in guilt and all this weird shit. So you're probably right. I don't know. But we found mint. I don't know why that's important. Oops, went the wrong way. If there's a cult, we all know that fucking Greg's gonna be part of it.
A few more questions, please.
Greg smoked the mint.
Could you tell me what these are, please? I found them in the greenhouse.
Been snooping around on the farm, have we?
It's called
been
investigating,
snooping around
James.
on the farm, eh?
Just
Fucking
mint.
glass, yeah.
Mint leaves.
Yeah.
For cooking.
It clearly was
Yeah,
mint.
I heard you were a bit of a budding chef.
Dabble a bit. Won a few competitions.
Very impressive. So you normally just leave packets of mint lying around?
Must have dropped it.
obtained his degrees in plant science.
Ever hear the phrase "free to be free"?
Greg, you should smoke some
Heard
mints.
anyone use that?
Next
No.
stream.
What is it, a song?
No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter.
Got his leader character from. Probably. He is definitely starting a cult.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Smoke some mint, Greg, you pussy. We'll respect you if you do. It's how you'll finally win us all over, is by going on stream and smoking some mint. I haven't spoken to the pub lady for a while.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Yeah.
Do you know what these are?
That's mint.
Oh, magic mint. Where did you find this?
Magic mint.
Salvia divinorum. I used to grow it years ago. It makes you trip.
In what way?
It's a hallucinogenic.
Oh.
And legal. Quite a dangerous
Legal.
combination, really.
Do you use it?
Me? No. No, I
Adam
don't
wishes he was
medicines,
Joseph
I,
Seed.
I like
He
to
wishes he could at least pull off that look.
I didn't expect Rebecca to know about growing drugs. I know she claims not to use them herself, but I'm not so sure.
Ever heard the phrase
Alright.
"free to be free"?
Do you mean the Atlas thing? Yes,
Let's
I have.
say Adam
What it
is
means?
Joseph Seed.
It means being free of guilt.
What do you think?
Trivia with Greg
You
smoking
mean, do
there.
I think it's a bad thing?
Let's say Adam is
I mean,
Joseph Seed.
surely if you
Who
have done
are the
something
rest of
wrong.
the Seeds
Oh,
then?
that's the point, Inspector. Most people spend their time feeling guilty over nothing, and that's not a good thing.
If I did this, would that mean
Greg,
anything
if
to
we
you?
get you some magic
Why
mint,
is
we
it meant to
smoke
mean
it.
something?
No, it's okay. What do you know about Liam?
What do you know
mean
about
Liam who
Liam?
took his life?
At least she
He
fucking
used
knows
to play in a
who he is.
band, Black Rock or something. No, Black Stone. Very gothic. I used to let them play in here sometimes at the weekends. They were quite good.
Did you know there was anything wrong? I mean, why he might have...
No, I didn't know him very well.
Well, we know that's not
That's it for the time
mint
being, thank you.
now, so we probably should go back to fucking Greg over here and be like,
A few more
oh,
questions, if you
the
don't mind.
Roses, we know you got magic mint, mate.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum, James?
Was that skin cream?
It's not a skin cream, no. It's a plant.
What the fuck?
Don't know much about plants.
So you've never heard of Salvia?
No.
Hey, Pete. You joined us at the right time. We said the magic word, and you fucking... Here you are. He said he did plant science.
Aha.
How are you going anyway, Pete?
So, your degree is in plant science, but you don't seem to know anything about plants.
You fucking
Still got
twat.
a lot to learn.
So you're still saying you've never heard of salvia?
Didn't say that.
So you have.
Maybe.
And you do grow it.
Yeah, it's legal. Why not?
What do you do with it?
Slightly hungover. Oh, you
Use it
poor
for,
bastard. Let's all speak
explorative
very
purposes,
quietly.
Meditation.
Very
And does
quietly
this
for
involve
me,
anybody else?
Well,
so I don't
Do
annoy
you
the
sell it
hangover.
or give it to anybody else? Sure.
yeah, it's just for me, nobody else.
And that's the only drug you grow, is it?
Feel free to go and look if you want.
It's okay, I'll look later.
The only drug he grows. Not sure I believe that, James. Then again, would someone growing illegal drugs be
Shout at me,
growing a
Daddy.
legal one?
If you insist, Pete, I will scream into the microphone. No,
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I forgot what I was doing. I was too busy Hey man, cheers for that. Cheers for the congrats on the first stream. Yeah, this is my first proper stream. Beyond a test stream I did
A few more
last week
questions,
sometime.
if you don't mind.
But this is the first real deal. So cheers for popping in. And I see that you gave me a follow as well, so cheers for the follow. You almost shit your britches. Well, it's not the first time you've done that. Again, you're this third person in RSP, third person, and genuinely about 24 hours now that I have trimmed up. You and one other person at work are the only people that actually noticed it. But yeah, I trimmed it back a bit. But as I said to Ewan, it actually takes fuck all time to grow. My beard just grows super quick. So it'll be back in like 2 seconds. Private use. I think he said something about tea at some point. Yeah.
Aha.
I think he's
When you
enjoying
say
both.
herbal tea,
Probably.
do you mean salvia?
Probably.
So you traded salvia tea with Simon for his homebrew.
So
why did you say you didn't
And,
give salvia to anybody else? Did you give it to anybody
Greg
else?
is jealous. And cheers for the follow as well, Ewan.
How many people did you give it to? Did you give it to Kate?
No,
How about Liam?
I didn't have anything to do with him dying, if that's what you mean.
So you did give him salvia?
Yes,
Ah.
I gave him salvia because he asked for it, but that's not what killed him.
Well, he committed suicide, James, because of psychological issues that probably weren't helped by him trying hallucinogenic drugs.
Didn't commit suicide. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what happened.
Okay, so what happened then?
Do you even know about Third Eye?
Go on.
You don't know about Third Eye.
You don't know about the Third Eye.
You know nothing about Liam's death. I mean, forget salvia.
Fine, tell me then.
Third Eye was a cult. We had our very own psycho cult operating right here from
Oh.
our village hall. And I got rid of them.
There you go
single-handed.
then. You're right.
I'm the one who got rid of Third Eye. Did they tell you that at the station?
Okay, start again. They were what?
You don't know anything,
There's
do
a
you?
fucking
Look,
cult all along.
they were reeling in students, pretending to be some sort of happy life course, you know. We can make your life better sort
You're
of crap.
excused.
Then they were putting everyone through this brainwashing program to make them compliant, and selling them on. It's all there.
What do you mean, selling them on?
Selling them. Objects, commodities.
Why are you excusing yourself, Greg?
Anyone who could afford them. Top politicians, famous celebrities, wealthy businessmen, you name it.
What for?
You don't get it, do you? Third Eye were making and selling slaves. They were black market slave traders. They were wiping people's personalities using ECT, brainwashing, cocktails of hard drugs, deliberately turning them into perfect slaves. You know how much slaves are worth on the
It's
black
pretty
market
neat so
these
far.
days?
It's
Millions. And I'm talking
a
per
bit of a
slave.
hassle
That's why anyone who stood up to them and threatened to go public like Liam was
having
just
to go back
killed
and
off.
forth a lot.
They didn't give it down.
So
I'm
you're
just
saying
trying to pay
Liam was
attention while I'm
murdered
chatting to you guys as
by
well.
Third Eye?
There's certain
Exactly
things I
what I'm
remember,
saying.
like the tea
When I
thing.
started looking into it, they were all saying it was suicide, but there's no way.
So, did you ever actually meet Liam?
Found out about him.
And how did you find out about all this other stuff?
It's obvious, you could tell. I met some of the students. You could see straight away there was something wrong. They were like zombies. And I can tell when someone's got ECT damage or when they've been through mind conditioning. It's just obvious.
It's just obvious.
The US military used all these techniques back in the 50s. It's all documented, you can read about it. They showed all the same signs.
So, did you ever
Well,
actually
he
go
is
to
a
a meeting?
nutter.
No, but I knew what went on.
How?
From
But
what people said who'd been
Probably
through
was
it.
a cult.
Okay, so do you know anyone I could speak to who did go through it?
Well, no. Look, it doesn't matter. Why did they close down if it wasn't true? They just closed down and disappeared overnight after I put all the flyers up. Bit of a coincidence.
But that was just after Liam died.
Yeah.
And do you think that had anything to do
There
with it?
was, well, actually, I thought
Maybe,
the
but
opposite
it was
side.
flyers that forced them to
Pete.
close.
Not the trouser snake, but that's a fair point. I was thinking the brown eye.
Do you mind if I keep this?
Yeah, you investigate it. It'll all come out. Third Eye definitely killed Liam.
He got killed by his third eye.
Well, that was a lot to take in. Does James really believe all this stuff? This
That
is
was-
the first I've heard about Third Eye. Question is, what's their connection with
Shit, like-
Atlas, if there is one? That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Alright, if there's a connection with Atlas, we'll have to go back to Mr. Tory himself and ask him about Third Eye. I think I think as crazy as fucking James is, there's definitely something there about it being
What
a
do you know
cult.
about this?
Not much.
So you've never seen this before? You don't know anything about Third Eye?
Well, I don't remember seeing it now.
You don't recognize any of the symbols on it?
No, sorry.
There's that symbol is on his mask. So he does know.
Aha.
Aha.
Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on the mask. Then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer. It's all the same thing.
Oh, actually, yes.
Cracked
Sorry,
wide
yes,
open.
Yes, I do remember that.
So what did you know about Third Eye?
Oh, not much, really. Never came into contact with them.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
I don't know. Oh, haven't asked about that.
Can you tell me a bit about the phrase free to be free?
Free to be free.
Free to be free, my favourite motto. Well, we teach our
I was going to say,
students that people...
yeah,
well,
this
they
game's pretty cool
suffer
so far. I think the sort of
guilt,
gimmick,
don't they? Excessive
gimmick for lack of a better term for my stream,
doubt. Evils of excess, we call them.
are going to be to
We
do
tell our
detective games like
students
this.
if they rid themselves of these,
There's a few out there. I've got them. I bought them
then they're
yonks
free
ago and just
to
never got around to them.
realise their full potential.
Who came up with all this?
I have a background in psychology.
Honestly?
Yeah, don't look so surprised, Inspector. There's an intellect lurking in here.
When did you come up with
He
the phrase?
fucking is so suspicious, right?
When we were based at the village hall. When I say we, I came up with the phrase. Dad's more the money man.
And very successful at it too, I hear.
Oh, he's successful.
Dad is a character as
but
well.
He's not a creative man. Dad suffers from a lack of imagination.
Well, we're gonna have to meet his dad at some point. There's something else about. I don't think he knows
Have you ever
anything about
heard
Salvia.
of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a hallucinogenic plant, a legal one, at least for the moment.
I've no interest in drugs, Inspector. My job. That's the only drug I need. As trite as that
He's
may sound.
got a
Do you know
fucking
any students
glass
who may
in
have
his hand.
used hallucinogens?
No. My students aren't interested in that kind of thing. Besides, no one is allowed drugs or alcohol onto the site. I
He's
don't
got a
think
fucking
anyone
glass in
has
his
ever brought
hand.
Drugs to Atlas.
Do you have any medicines on site at all?
No, we're not allowed. Insurance purposes.
I don't know what that's about. What insurance purposes you're not allowed to have medication on site, but okay. But he's fucking. I don't do drugs, and
Do you know what this is?
I've got a fucking
Looks like
glass of whiskey in my
chopped tea
hand.
bags to me. What is it?
I just.
There fucking is alcohol on site.
I don't know anything about plants, Inspector. What
That's
you should
not
do
water.
is ask Rebecca. She knows far more about these things than I do. Messy things, growing things.
Yeah, we've already asked Rebecca about that. I think that's just a hint that you have to go ask Rebecca. So, Third Eye was based out of the village hall, James was saying. but we're also saying that he was based at the village hall.
Aha. According to the flyer, this Third Eye group was based at the village hall, is that right?
Was it?
And that's where you were based, wasn't it? Yeah, you said you invented the Atlas phrase free to be free while you were based at the village hall.
So I did.
Oh, no.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye at some point. You were using the same hall.
They're the fucking same thing.
I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, Inspector.
No kidding.
You see, Third Eye is, or was, Atlas under a different name. Sorry.
Atlas is Third Eye.
In
No
a new
shit.
improved form, yes.
And you ran Third Eye.
With Dad, yes.
So you must have known Liam. You didn't just meet him, did you?
Yes, I knew him, Inspector, but don't get your hopes up. All of this has been thoroughly investigated and cleared up.
You've been investigated about his death?
They dropped the case. We didn't have anything to do with it. Well, when I say drop the case, I mean a police investigation is one thing, but what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers. And that was
James
it.
bloody Wilson.
No choice. It was Nento.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. Thought that was Nento. But then James, his cronies, they wouldn't leave it alone. So we had to close down, buy a new place, rebrand. So eventually, we reopened here.
As Atlas?
As Atlas.
And it worked?
Up till now, yes.
So you knew James Wilson too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what he was about.
This is
James
the complete Bond villain speak.
You were now running Atlas.
Not unless he came to one of our courses.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing.
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson. All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions. Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes. Excuse me, Inspector.
Oh.
Hello. I can't come back now. Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later.
He's getting chewed out by the missus.
That was Dad. I have to go back. You can come and meet him if you like.
Well, I might come and have a chat.
Come with me.
8 p.m.
To be perfectly honest, Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination. He does, however, believe in the power of the individual, when taught by the right teacher, of course. Ryan! In here. Just coming. He's through here.
It's a nice house.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I am investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Oh, I thought all this was dealt with, Inspector. You do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a big Mac. You do now.
That's a phrase.
Forgive my son, Inspector. He still can't summon up the courage to come straight to the point. So what do you want to know?
Well, a few more questions if you don't mind.
I do
basically
mind.
Alan
You're a busy
Rickman.
man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed by a once promising student who turned into a useless
He's definitely
drunk?
a Tory.
Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while?
I'll go back to the centre. I have one or two things to prepare. Call me if you need me, Dad.
You may begin, Mr. Holmes, although I'm not going to be able to help you. I
What
don't have much to do with the
fucking
course
not.
nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No, that's
need...
as is. But if you want my opinion, I'd be quite happy to give it to you. So, far away.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think that line wasn't in the
Well,
script.
certainly doesn't take any prisoners. It's obvious who's pulling the strings in this family, and I wonder what
Yeah.
they got up to in their previous guise as Third Eye. 8 o'clock already.
So the whole time thing, for those of you that have just joined us, we've got to solve the murder mystery by tomorrow, like 7 a.m. We've got 12 hours, so we start at 7 p.m. Well, 6 p.m. I think it was. So 6 a.m. tomorrow, we've got to solve the murder mystery. It's not how it fucking works in real life.
How well did you know Kate?
Hardly knew her at all. Met her a few times. But the course, that's about all.
So when was the last time you saw her?
Last Friday. I just popped down to the course and about 7.
Did you speak to her then?
Wasn't she at the pub at
And how
7?
did she seem? Was she happy, sad, preoccupied?
She was drunk.
Yeah, we know she was always drunk. That's already been identified about her. Let's ask her about the bicycle. It's a very serious
Did
question.
you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
And does he know about Simon's homebrew?
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
Oof. That's definitely more than a bit suggestive.
What do you know about
Let's ask about
this?
the cult. So you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James.
Goebbels?
Our local minister for propaganda.
Oh,
I suppose
right.
Ryan already told you about our actual
get you.
previous incarnation.
He explained, yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
Not unless you count the suicide.
Well, these things happen.
Was it your idea?
Wow.
The suicide?
Third Eye.
Yeah, I suppose it was. As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And Third Eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So Liam's death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
There was nothing we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths in 2 years.
It's called a coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also. But you're not investigating all the local chippies, are you?
Oh. Let's investigate the chippies. Hey Magsy, thanks for the follow. Everybody welcome Magsy. She's graced us, blessed us with her presence. Let's ask him about
Have
drugs.
you ever heard of Salvia divinorum,
Hey
or
Magsy,
magic mint?
how you going?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
We've got Greg here, we've got Ewan here, we've got Aaron,
No enthusiasm.
Pete was here, I don't know if he still is.
Poisoning your brain.
And you've never
He's
seen
probably
anyone
going
on
for a
the
drink.
course taking it.
Well, if someone had, they would
water,
have
I
done
mean.
it openly. We don't allow drugs or alcohol in our course. We like to tell the students that success is the best drug.
Lurking. No, I thought you might have
Well,
just
you
snuck
know
off
that,
for
of
a
course, is
water
no
or
matter.
Coke or something to fix the dehydration. Da, 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 da.
Can you tell me a little
So,
about
Magsy,
the
we're
Atlas
playing
phrase,
Contradiction, we're
free
trying to solve a
to free?
murder,
Where
and
did
we're,
you
we're,
hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
we're
It's a
interviewing
little
the
phrase
Tory
we
right now.
conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
On the course.
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We
Ooh.
teach that most people are
Now we're
ruled by their
talking.
past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs, all that kind of nonsense.
Guilt cripples people.
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. guilt comes from the archaic
Here's a
emotional centers of the
fucking way of
brain.
talking.
It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector. My house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
There.
So, you believe that
It
guilt
must
has
be
no place in business?
None at
blooper.
all. I have few beliefs, Inspector, but that's one of them.
And what if you have done something wrong?
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
So, I'll catch you up, Maxie. We've been sent to the small town in England to investigate a murder / potential suicide. There's this weird organization called Atlas who may or may not be a cult. There's somebody in town that definitely believes they were a cult and involved in brainwashing the students to sell to the highest bidder. We've now met the father who's involved with this group. But yeah, that's as much as I can summarize it up. The objective of the game is to reveal pieces of information through contradictions. So you can select phrases, and if they contradict each other, you open up a new pathway. But you just basically go around interviewing people.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea. The students started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really. Which student did you see doing that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
Oh, it's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty? Does that carry a fine too?
Oddly enough, the student in question argued a similar point. Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put
Classic
ideas
Tory.
first and moral anachronisms second. The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Well, I suppose that's a matter of opinion. However, you still respect it.
Respect it? I abide by it. We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
Fucking hell, you thought his son was suspicious. This guy's something else. Alright, we've been asked about Liam's death.
How well did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life.
Why does everyone always do that?
Well, as far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
And afterwards? You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that, he seemed perfectly happy.
He was drunk?
Well, I assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Where was he drinking,
Lots of similarities to Kate, don't you think? Drinking, depression, is that normal for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
So he was drinking at the seminar, and you guys don't allow booze on site. Despite your son clearly
So
drinking
if you
booze
don't
on
allow
site.
drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
Well, we did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, there's something definitely suspicious about the fact that they were both drunk prior to their
We're
death.
not the police. We can't enforce
Or both
these
had
rules.
reputations
If they
of
pay their
drinking
fees,
problems.
they're entitled to stay on the court.
And what if they want
It's
to take
definitely
drugs?
not on the up and up.
As long as they do it with discretion, frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject paint stripper all over their faces.
Do you store
What the
any
fuck
alcohol
is this guy
at this-
talking
No.
about?
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down the corridor, but you won't find any drugs in there or alcohol.
Alright, sounds
Whether I
like
find
we're
alcohol at Atlas or
going
not,
to
it probably isn't particularly relevant. But it's worth a look anyway.
the
I get the feeling I might be seeing a lot of Paul tonight.
we're gonna see a lot of Paul tonight. We're gonna have to go check out the kitchen. Sounds like.
So the kitchen must be down the corridor there if what Paul said is true.
We can search. No booze in there. Some nice teacups though. Vases. Kettle. Show kettle.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Well, there's a
We
TV
found some
right
smart-
there with a DVD player. I don't think anyone will mind if I have a quick look at this.
Found some triple X, guys. We've got the DVD in our hand. Does this person have two wallets? What the fuck was that?
Well, that was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
Pickpocketing someone with two wallets. Quick look, the Duke, dirty old ficker. This was obviously made on a budget. There's obviously no fucking crowd there at all, but it's still relatively well done.
True freedom means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness by governments and religions through the ages, with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness, and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society.
He's
I'm
clearly
going to
green
show
screened
you
on a stage as well.
that common morality is nothing
Well, there's
more
two wallets
cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power.
and two people
An
dead.
elite hell-bent on preventing you
We're definitely gonna have to ask
from
people
reaching your
about
full
that.
potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success.
Success.
But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it, and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
Welcome. Alright, cool. That's not that interesting, but we're gonna have to ask a few people about that DVD. So Ryan's probably going back to his office. He got told to fuck off earlier. Oh, maybe not. I don't know where he fucked off to.
Let yourself go.
It's gonna be him. Oh.
Feel your soul.
Fuck.
Lifting. Then wait. For the moment to break free. Then break free. Excellent, Hannah.
Well,
Could you come back later, please?
what's going on here?
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
There's no hiding this is a cult at this point. They gathered around a burning bin, wearing masks. That's not a business course, mate. Alright, we're gonna have to go ask other people about that DVD and... Oh, what have we found? Car door opener. Alright. Go talk to... Oh, it seems like a normal night in the old diaper household. Talk to Simon and Emma.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
I'm not worried about that. The suspicious Triple X DVD.
Have you seen this before?
No. No, sorry.
Ah, true. I didn't notice that, Ewan. Yeah, that's definitely... He doesn't know anything about it. We'll ask
back
Emma.
later on, if that's okay.
I mean, I don't know why anyone would know
Have
about
you
it.
seen this before?
No? I don't think so.
But we
Okay,
definitely
that's
need to
it for
figure
now.
out more about
Thank
this DVD. It's definitely suspicious. Can ask... what's his face? Wife. So... The guy who was in the cult room before, his wife is the pub landlord. So we'll go ask her. She might know.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Oh, we can also ask
Do
about
you
the door
know
burning.
anything about this?
No, sorry. Ask Ryan.
We tried to, but we couldn't. We can ask the door burning.
What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course.
Of course,
I'm
of
not entirely
course.
sure what they're
Yeah,
for, but I
that's...
made dozens for him.
You made them.
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
There was that weird guy that was drinking in the woods earlier. I don't know if he lives
Thank
anywhere.
you.
I haven't come
Probably
across
be
him
back
again.
later.
We'll see if we can find him though. He was the only one I remember wearing a leather jacket. We'll have to ask Emma and Simon about the doll burning thing. I didn't realize you could actually ask that.
Just a few more questions, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
that lad guy was just getting shit-faced off of Jim Bean and looked like... Or
What
Jack.
do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning, I think, was something that they did on the course. Simon mentioned it.
Oh, they didn't do that when you were there?
No.
Well,
Thank
Simon
you.
mentioned it. We
Probably
can
be
ask
back
Simon.
later.
What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's a ritual
What
thing.
kind of
It's,
fucking course?
Getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, it helps
That's a
you
cult
get rid of things you don't need, so you can move on and take control again.
So what are the masks for?
They're just to help you get into the right frame of
My
mind.
cats are making noise in the background.
Just get you into the zone.
One of them's
a trance.
Yeah. It's like
dealing something.
It's like self-hypnosis. We do it on the
What
course
do you got?
sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right
Dick.
frame of mind. You know?
So you hypnotize yourself. How do you do that?
He's trying to wrestle a tag
Stare
or
into
something.
a mirror and chant something. You know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you could just close your eyes and put yourself into
Every
a
course
trance.
I've
Some people do
done,
that.
we perform rituals, and
safe.
burn
Well, yeah.
goals,
Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does.
and
You
perform
can't just be
hypnosis.
hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized. But you can learn to hypnotize yourself.
What did you say?
Hypnotize yourself?
Auto-hypnosis.
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing really.
Simon was a bit too quick to play down the role of auto-hypnosis on the course. I'll have to ask around about this.
Yeah, we'll need to ask about it. That does seem to fit
Do you know
James's
what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of
James's
self-hypnosis,
story.
isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't. But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used
So
it
what-
as a sort of self-meditation.
What we know about Emma, for those that have joined the game stream late, Emma was friends with Kate. She had attended Atlas once and wasn't interested in that, but had an affair with Ryan.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
And had an argument with Kate, who was going to blackmail her about the affair. Definitely think we should talk to James. As nuts as he is, he seems to be on to something. I should also talk to the old fella. There's a car here. Oh, okay, it's a garage door opener. I thought it was a car door opener.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Oh, it's not even that interesting. I guess we can ask about guitars now. Great.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Let's ask the old fella about the guitars.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan? Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never going to happen.
What a dick.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
Yeah.
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
So, how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force, to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt
What a
or
voice.
damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
Ask about the DVD and the
Seen
doll
this
burning.
before?
The writing looks familiar, but no.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
Yeah.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
He doesn't want to tell us much. we'll go to see old James. So James, again for people that join us late, is a drug dealer, for lack
Couple
of a
more
better term.
questions, if that's okay.
But he clued on that Atlas, or formerly known as Third Eye, was a cult.
Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis?
Yeah?
And what do you know about it?
It's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right.
So he makes
So you're
scrying
saying
mirrors.
scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You can scry on anything. I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching the water, what happens? You go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper. You swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. Like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She said
bought a
drowning.
mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right. What do you
Asking
know
about
about
doll
doll
burning.
burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Ask Ryan's missus about the guitars, but I think we might have to go back to Atlas and try and speak to Ryan. Because he's going to have the information that we need. We definitely want to ask him about the DVD, and we definitely want to ask him more about
questions, please.
the doll burning.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. Sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
It was no good. Alright. Greg, we're going back into the... we know you should have guitar. That's why he did it. He thought if he killed enough people, he'd be good at guitar.
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
The DVD. That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence
Yes,
behind.
I did. But what the fuck was that? We got picked up something. Bag used in mugging from monarch costumes. That was a really fucking weird scene. We've lost the divot. I think we should still go ask Ryan about this doll burning thing though. It's still fucking weird. He's still not around. Where the fuck is he? Might have to do something to trigger him to come back. I don't know. I don't know. I am going to... Yeah, well, that's how I react. Well, I mean, he is walking through the woods in England. That's kind of how you do react if you get mugged. Isn't that right, Greg? Oops, I keep going back and forth. Go back into the woods. But yeah, that's how he reacted. He's just like, oh, those silly boys, they got me again. Let's see if there's anything over here. Nope. Let's check out the lake. Nothing there either. No comment. Sorry for picking on you, Greg, but you just... It's all a laugh. Jacket guy's not there anymore. What have we talked to these guys about?
I'll ask you a couple more things, please.
Or what do we have left to talk to them about?
Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
No, but I know where it is.
Suspicious.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
I know
That's
he plays.
true.
Because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer as well, so I got away with it.
Singer as well?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night. But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
What was that called?
It was called Blackstone. And this guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent.
That's gonna play. And here's Wonderwall. It's that Oasis. Nothing too interesting there, though. Played in the pub. She said no. I thought she said something about not knowing, not going to the pub often. But maybe I imagined that. Exchange is creepy. Had an affair with Ryan. No. Nothing there.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
We'll get her to play Wonderwall later. Alright. Let's talk to Daddy for a bit, and then I might call it a stream. Was he in the band? What'd you say? We can try that. I don't know if he was in the band with the guy that was murdered. I didn't hear him mention him, but we can definitely. She said she didn't know Liam, but we can definitely
A few more questions.
try to see if
don't
there's a
mind.
contradiction there. I might have missed something. So band called Blackstone. Didn't know Liam.
Aha.
Okay, nice one, you.
That band you sang in, Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem. I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
I definitely don't believe her. But nice picking up on that. Yeah, I genuinely didn't notice that. We haven't shown her this for some reason.
Have you seen
surprisingly.
this?
Yeah. It was all over college last year. James made it. Idiot.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy. He thinks that the government has been controlled by aliens, that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
Well, maybe he's not. I mean, he is nuts, but he seems to be
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
potentially also the most clued on person around as well. I don't know if there was anything else I could ask her at this point in time. That's definitely what I'm getting at, is that they both were connected to Atlas. They both had drinking problems. They both had a fuck ton of ties to this weird
A
family.
few more questions, if you don't mind.
What did I want to ask him? I just have to run through everything.
Do you know if Kate had
I don't
lost
think anyone's
this?
going to know about
It's
this.
a driving license.
How would I know that?
You didn't see it lying around
I
anywhere.
think it's going to be an irrelevant thing. I haven't asked him about
Have
that.
you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was in the woods.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or a killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
I didn't have one with me, unfortunately.
Well, don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
That's a pretty shoddy detective work, admittedly. So this is Kate's necklace. So it's formerly Emma's necklace. She presumably got it from Ryan as a present. She didn't want it, gave it to Kate.
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's
Well, you know about a necklace then.
Sometimes on the course. Little bird in cage flying away. Freeing themselves from their past is the analogy.
So do they get them when they join the course or something?
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
No.
Maybe not.
Not for Kate. I can't really remember who it was for. A birthday present, maybe for one of the students.
Which student?
It was for Emma.
I have no idea.
So was he bonking Emma as well?
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
You didn't
what did you hear about
anything
it?
about
Yeah.
an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
No, that's fine.
He doesn't blink a lot.
What do you know about this?
Looks like a mask.
Yes,
you don't recognize
very
it?
astute.
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch mask.
What's a monarch mask?
Monarch is a fancy dress. Outfitters.
We've got the bag
Ryan
from
goes there
Monarch.
sometimes.
This was Monarch, yes.
Have you seen this before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognize
What?
the shop?
No.
Is there someone else who works
You literally
at Atlas?
just said,
Someone who
mate.
may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then
You literally just said,
he's a
mate.
strange boy.
Literally.
Work experience.
Ah.
As a cleaner.
Well, we did try him in accounts, but it didn't work out.
You're such a jokester. Doesn't know where the bag's from. You just fucking said you knew about Monarch costumes.
Do you visit Monarch costumes a lot?
No. I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop.
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
You suggested
I don't know
that
if
had
you'd want
something
to
do with
actually
your
admit
mugging.
that.
Did you?
You really asked the most ridiculous question.
Yeah.
Of course I didn't.
So why did you lie about the shop?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know somebody who did.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you as a cleaner? Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So, when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favour by...
Yes, you can definitely smack Paul in the
exactly
face.
what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
So what's on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled to amuse the students.
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The
You did
students
it?
knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I would show them how it was done. Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
I think that's bullshit.
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happens. Before you asked.
Was it Liam's bag?
No. I didn't steal from him.
Do you think it's a good idea to encourage students to steal, Paul?
I wasn't encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you'll
Saved by the Bell, eh?
for a moment. You know where the door is.
I see he was quick enough to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought as well. There's definitely two wallets inside that coat, so that's what got me straight away, and particularly with the two deaths. Yeah, I genuinely don't know. I don't know if you can go back. Oops, I meant to go back in there. Not behind. I definitely think it was both the victims' wallets. Like, oh, you can't go back inside. Bugger. I might wrap up soon, but I'm going to see if I can get to 9 PM before I do. I don't know what I'm missing. They definitely seemed to set up. Might have to ask these guys about the stunt, the fifth stunt.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Particularly Simon, because he was more heavily involved in
What do you
Atlas.
know about Paul stealing money from students? Part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that? I've never heard about anything like that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to do something dangerous or risky, something you wouldn't normally do.
Something dangerous?
Well, not dangerous, just risky. Like saying something you wouldn't normally say to someone, or
Yeah, I'll do
doing
that as
something
well.
unusual.
Like stealing from other students?
Well, we didn't do anything like that, but you have to tell everyone at the end of the course anyway. And you're not allowed to do anything that would hurt or offend anyone, or you're not allowed to do anything really bad. It's all pretend, really.
Seems a bit odd for a business course.
It works, though.
It worked. Even
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I'll go talk to Ryan's wife about this band. I definitely need to know more about Liam, because I'm presuming the band played at the pub.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Ask about the
Did you know about
stunt.
Paul's money stealing at Atlas?
Are you talking about a particular incident or just in general?
It's something he did on the course. Stunt.
And what did he do exactly?
Oh, well, he pretended to steal from the students.
That doesn't ring a bell. Paul's stunts usually involve throwing fancy dress parties with scantily clad girls or women dressed as nurses. That's his usual fetish.
When was the last
Yeah.
party he threw?
Sometime
We
this
found out
summer.
some
I didn't stay long.
something juice. What? It's Ron playing his room.
Have you seen this before anywhere?
Well, I know the shop, a costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
Yeah, it's where the mask came from. We already knew that. Where's Liam? Oh, you're right. He did play in the. We did find out that Liam was part of Blackstone. Ryan wasn't part of the band, right? He just played. It was Liam that's guitarist.
Okay, that's it for now.
Not sure.
Thank you.
But I definitely think there's more there. Might just not be available right now. Alright. I might talk to Emma for a bit then.
Ask you a couple
She
more
definitely
things,
knows a lot that she's not fully letting on. Asked her about that, asked her about that, haven't asked her about
What
that.
do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.
So you were at Third Eye?
Yes. Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it. And I didn't know Atlas was the same thing. And I went with Simon.
Does Simon know that?
No. I didn't want to burst his bubble, so I didn't say anything.
So he doesn't know you went to Third Eye?
No.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the course?
Well, it was stupid. They just made you do things to other people and be abusive just to prove that you could, and I absolutely hated it.
Sounds like the Coldholic chat.
Oh, just stupid things. Nasty things to prove that you could do it. It was about not feeling guilty. And it was horrible. That's why I left.
And is Simon doing all of this stuff now?
No, I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I
I'm
think somebody
joking.
got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
What did we learn there? Join Third Eye. Was that Third Eye when Paul pulled the stunt? Someone doesn't know. Claims Third Eye was abusive. Fair enough. So they no longer do shitty things, apparently. I asked her about that.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a drug, isn't it?
Yeah. Hallucinogenic drug. Ever tried it?
No. No, I've never taken any illegal substances.
Jesus. I doubt that. What else? I think we're missing something.
You know what these are by any chance?
No. Sorry. I don't know anything about plants or things like that, but you should ask Rebecca. She used to live on a farm. She'd know.
Yeah, we've already asked her about that. She knows what it is. Asked. bugging out again. I did this earlier.
What do you know about Atlas?
She was on holiday the night Liam died, but she said she was at Ferdo and Paul pulled the stunt.
Aha. So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul
Same
pulled
night.
the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you don't know anything about Liam's death, even though you were there on that night.
I just found $2 in the ground.
Emma.
I'm rich.
I think you better explain, don't you?
It was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things, and then that thieving thing happened, and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Yeah. What'd she do?
Liam killed himself because of me.
Why?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And they all thought it was ugly. So I thought I'd say something, and I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
And what did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye.
I think she's not telling everything either.
We can't tell Simon, please.
Simon doesn't need to know. Don't worry.
Thank you.
– 9 p.m. Did it.
9 o'clock. Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led
That
to Liam's
seems
death.
weird,
I
but it's
really
not
doubt
bad.
it.
It's very...
I blame the Rands before I blame her.
It's very, very soap opera-y. But it's not terrible. Anyway, as I said, I'm actually going to leave it there. I'm probably going to hop on to this again because it's like 3 a.m. here. I probably should go to bed. That music's super loud, at least in my ears. I'm going to turn it down. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap up here. I'm probably going to hop on in generally about 7 hours. When I wake up again. Fuck off. Hey, Assad. You're literally joining us just as I wrap up. Yeah, so no, generally I'll probably be on this in like 7 hours time. So if you want to join again, watch what happens in the next part. I don't know how much more game there is left to go. I think it ends at 6 a.m. Yeah, nap time for you. Cheers, Greg. Cheers for sticking around as long as you did. I know you need your beauty sleep. But yeah, I'll definitely be on 7 hours time. I'll get up around 10ish and hop straight on the fucking stream. Cheers. Cheers for coming along, Magsy. Cheers for following. Same for you, Ewan. Cheers for everybody else that has been part of the stream. I know a lot of you have vanished into the night. And some of you have just lurked here. I've got a few people watching, or had a few people watching throughout the stream. And yeah, I mean, even if you're just a lurker, cheers. Yeah, I don't know what time your mod meeting is or anything like that. I'm gonna aim for roughly 10 a.m. my time. It'll be around 9 p.m. your guys' time that I'll be hopping back on. I tend to always wake up about 10 a.m. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. I'm hooked to this game. I have to admit, it's fucking interesting. It must be the cult, right? It must be the father and son, right? Emma's definitely suspicious as well, though. Oh well. Something to ponder, something to ponder. "9 p.m. your time. That's when I'll be back on. Catch you then, and bye-bye for now."